Yeah. Pull. Oh. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Woohoo!
Alright, hi Loy from LoyMachedo.com and host LoyMachedo.com. Today the date is November 18, 2014. The time right now is 9:48 in the night. Once in a while I receive a nice email, and today I happen to get a nice email from this lady. What's her name? Tanika D'Souza. Okay, she looks like a pretty little girl from Melbourne, Australia, who lives in Melbourne, Australia. She is actually who lives in Australia. She's from Bangalore. Okay, pretty girl. Looks okay. Okay. So she has sent me a nice little mail. Okay, so let's read out the mail and see what she has to say. Okay. Hi Loy. Hi Tanika. Nice to see you, hear you, whatever. I'm sure you receive a number of messages every day from people like myself. Well, I suppose so. It depends on what kind of messages. People like myself who have the dire misfortune of coming across your YouTube channel. I know, how sad. Anyway, good you at least came there. Okay, therefore, please feel no obligation to reply to this, as it is far from your fan mail. Obviously, since you're based in Australia, it is very far from my fan base or fan mail or whatever. And why does anyone need a fan? You know, what do you do with people hanging up? You know, fan. Anyway, what do fans do? They feed you? Fans. Anyway, small kiddo. It's okay. Okay, you do, however, need to hear from an Indian woman. Wow, fantastic. Indian female based in Australia. What a traitor. Okay. You do need to hear from an Indian woman who is fed up of seeing your misinformed, ignorant, and overly obscene opinions all over the place. And it is not fat, hairy, or smelly, if I might say so myself, to give you a piece of her mind. Okay. First is, you have to rephrase your sentence. You need to say that you do not, however, need to hear from an Indian woman based in Australia who doesn't want to stay in shitty old India because she doesn't have the best of what life can give her in India. That is why she's going to Australia, so that she can enjoy a better life, be with foreigners and act, sophisticated with them. And, and who's not fat, hairy and smelly? Well, you're not fat, hairy and smelly because one is you're young and you maintain yourself. You're not hairy because you wax yourself. Depends if you get a bikini wax also. And smelly because you use bloody deodorant. Try not having a deodorant for at least 10-20 days. And I think you'd get to know where you actually stand. Okay, fine. You, Mr. Machedo, are the reason sanctions need to be placed on what is otherwise an open domain of free speech, public and private opinion, and new empowering ideas. Well, you, Miss Tanika, need to get out of your insecurity and stop protecting those stupid, smelly, ignorant, idiotic Indians especially. And if you feel so much for them, why the hell are you in Australia? Go back to bloody India and do something about it. Two-faced traitor that you are, and then you want to portray that you're Indian. Ha! And listen, if we follow your system, everyone should kiss everyone's ass. And then everyone should talk good about everyone else. If you live in such an insecure rat hole, go stick with your mommy and daddy so they can give you love and affection. Why are you coming out? Why are you coming to my YouTube channel? Go to Peace and Love channel or something like that. Unfortunately, there is obviously no way to cap the level of stupidity on this domain. Exactly. It's a good thing you look in the mirror sometimes. Otherwise, known as the internet. So you finally found out on the internet, people have free opinions. Good. And that explains your virtual existence. Actually, I was existing even before the internet came into being. It's just that you're noticing me right now because you woke up. The problem is your mommy, daddy pay your bills. And now in Australia, you're paying a little bit of your bills. So you're just waking up to the reality of what life has to offer. What you do is start living your own life, earn your own living, be independent, stop being mommy, daddy's little girl and writing long letters to people thinking that you're the expert. And yes, people can say whatever the fuck they want. If you can't handle it, Just unplug. Who the hell asked you to even listen? Stupid. Okay, then, which leads me to my first point. Good, you have a first point. Take it as no sense of validation that people watch your videos. Well, I put up the videos, I still have people who watch it. So just because you are insecure in your little panties, I can't help it. They do so because the internet is structured in a way that enables them to, not because you're a man of any substance at all. Wow, you are so smart. Good, good. The internet is structured in such a way that enables them to, the internet is structured in such a way that enables them to, not because you're a man of any substance. Wow. The internet is structured in such a way, that is one, not because you're a man of any substance. What kind of sense is that? How did you even get admission into your college? By talking shit like this? The internet is structured in such a way that you are. Makes sense, my dear, makes sense. Furthermore, having been to an international school, which your father and mother paid for, studied in Australia, which again your father and mother paid for, and had the pride and privilege of rubbing shoulders. I don't know what else do you rub, with academics and scholars. Really? Not in India, but in Australia, Note, not in India, in Australia you have to do that, Something you're too busy frowning upon your bitterness to understand. You're right. In the place where I live in Dubai, there are no international schools. There are no people to rub shoulders and rub any other body parts. There are no academics and scholars. Only in Australia. That also not in India. Yeah. I would never ever call someone out on their body. Just because you wouldn't call someone, that means that becomes a standard for everyone else. Grow up, girl. But since you seem so adamant to do it, I would like to tell you, in your best interest, you would like to tell me in my best interest. First, take care of yourself, you little piddly little girl. Your best interest to make sure that your body is in tip-top condition. Well, my body is in tip-top condition because as it is, I get enough and more women in my life. I have lost weight to the point where I could see my abs. But then what I realize is it's too much of hard work because even if I'm fat, I get girls. Even if I'm slim, I get girls. And why bother? I just love good food. Sometimes I eat a carrot, Carrot? Is a carrot. Okay. Tip-top condition before you try and tell, what to do with the ass. See, the thing is, in my case, I don't want to be in tip-top shape, although I can. But compared to most of the guys, I think my body is really sexy. Why? Because I keep getting a lot of women, with more intelligence than you, and also who look a little bit better than you. But looks is not important. Although hygiene is important, which you don't feel. But I do get women who are fairly intelligent, who don't care whether you're six-pack ab or not. And for me, what is important is, hygiene is important. So even if you're slightly fat, but not overly fat, some of them are ugly, hygiene is important. So if you don't feel that you need to be hygienic, that's your problem, Now, so if you think Indian women are hairy, yes, I did see 3 today when I went to a clinic. I would like you to meet Western feminists, Eurocentric post-structuralists. Wow, fantastic. And anybody with half a brain. Because the Indian women you drive down so badly will never say a word. But say the same things to a white woman and you have a camera ready because Lord knows you'd be in for an ass whooping so bad that you'll not be able to do squat your usual 5 pounds at the gym. Western women are not that great either. I met Western women who don't even wash their panties for days. I know because when I was in Dublin, Ireland, I met a couple of them who literally hang their panties without washing it. How you know this? You can see the black panties with solidified urine that looks, yellowish on a black panty, and it stinks. There are a lot of women, Western women, who don't shave their armpits. A lot of them, you can see on the news that even have sex with, they look so ugly and horrible that yuck. So these Western women who you think give an ass whooping, they are also as shitty as most other women. So it's not Western women, Indian women. If you're not hygienic, you're just a piece of shit. So the problem with you is because you're insecure of being an Indian, that is why you're praising the West so much, and that is why you're studying in Australia, not in India. Because you yourself know being an Indian is no benefit. That's why you're there. Okay, and that's why you're talking all these big shit. And by the way, I don't squat 5 pounds in the gym. The best I've done free squat is 225 kilos. Leg press for 310 kilos. So if you can match that, it'll be nice. I know it's not too heavy, but I don't think you can even do half of that. Okay, anyway. Finally, I need you to dig through your mini library, which you seem so fine, so proud to find a hard enough to hit yourself with. I need you to dig through a mini library. It's not much of a mini library anyway. It's a few books. Okay, and hitting me on the head or hitting yourself, I don't know, what does it do? I don't know, maybe your father, mother keep hitting you on your head. Okay. The carrot got stuck. After you have awoken to your senses, kindly proceed to the mirror. Okay. Now, I don't know if you're giving me something that your parents do to you or something that is practiced in your culture or whatever. I don't believe in hitting someone anywhere. Okay. And if that is how you awaken your senses, okay, then what is it that you kindly proceed to the mirror? I know this might be asking for too much. You're judging by external appearance. Wow, so you judge people by the external appearance. Good. So, and you tell me that I judge people by the external appearance. You probably don't own one. Where is my mirror? I think it's there. And anyway, on my iMac, I can see my reflection all the way. Okay. Do you have an iMac, by the way? Okay. Ask your Malayali friends who are obviously doing much better than you to let them borrow one of theirs. Most of my Malayali friends they look funny anyway, even though they have mirrors. Once you have had the terrible misfortune of looking into yourself, remember that you might think you are hidden away your roots, your abuse, your failures, your bitterness behind the plethora of tattoos. Oh, really? I didn't know tattoos could hide all this. But then again, this is what your pea brain thinks. Which college are you going to in Australia? The shit Sydney strip club? Okay. You may fool a few little sex-craved Indian high school boys who think you're the bomb. Indian high school boys? Yuck. They're also another piece of shit. I think you must be from Indian high school, that same toilet. Okay, because you promote vulgarity of mediocrity. Ah, very good. But take it from a grown-ass woman. You should show me your ass sometimes because I really didn't see it. Grown-ass woman. Okay. Who knows her shit. Ass and shit. Good. I remember you saw, what's her name? Kim Kardashian's ass. That was pretty ugly. You, Mr. Machedo, are a joke. Good. Laugh. I take my role as a woman and an Indian very seriously. Good. Very good. And what? And could care less of her shit if you choose to tread along the line of politics, love and other affairs. But call Indian women out again one more time. And you learn that you are not only dumb, that has access to the internet. Okay, whatever. I don't know what she's planning to do. Please do something. Okay. You better find your purpose, Loy. Better find your purpose. Because if your current one is to piss women, Indian women everywhere, yes, like urinate, you better realize who you're messing with. Yes, the Indian women. It is you who said we are the second largest population. Yes. Was it not? I know you dropped out of everything and you put your hands into, and I have no experience with population statistics. But let me lay it down for you. I like women who lay down. Okay. That's a lot of pissed off women. Well, you can keep pissing off on them. Check yourself. Insincerely and unapologetic, pissed off Indian woman. My dear, you describe words like ass, then shit, then piss. So basically, you're a girl whose head is right there in the genital region. Okay. So first and foremost is, if you don't like my channel, please don't watch it. Second one is, if you don't like what I say, well, don't hear it. And remember this, there's no smoke without fire. So, if I'm talking of Indian women having a hairy armpits or smelling, there should be a reason. I didn't just come out of the blue. If it was not true, a lot of people wouldn't agree with me. And finally, if you're so proud about being Indian, so proud, why the fuck are you in Australia? Be in India now. Why are you coming here to Australia? And see, what you're saying is, oh, you better realize, oh, you don't know who you're messing with. Fuck all this. Nobody has time for all this shit. Just because you're jobless, you're coming online, and you have time to check all this shit, doesn't mean other people are jobless. A lot of women out there are mature enough, very busy with their lives, who have to feed their family, do their career, and they don't care about all this jack shit. You're just jobless because your father and mother are paying your bills, nothing else to do, and you're insecure about your own self. So grow up, don't give a damn about people's opinions, and yes, finally, learn to understand that different type of people are on the planet. Not everyone's there to kiss your ass and agree to your point of view. Anyway, so this is Loy from loymachedo.com and who's loymachedo.com. I appreciate you for your shitty letter. Your letter that was filled with ass, piss, and whatever. And I hope you focus on your career and do something worthwhile. Okay, Tanika, take care, goodbye, and thanks for writing.
Yeah, better. Yeah. Pull. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Yeah.